this is why bike path drainage is important. Now, on this particular day, the river level was really high. The tide was high, it might have been a king tide for all I know, and it had rained recently. So there was no surprise that this low-lying land around East Perth had flooded. I think this might be reclaimed land. There's certainly not much difference in the level between the path and the river when it gets really high. And I have seen it flood round here previously after rain. And this time when I came around, I thought, oh, look, it's only a few centimeters deep. Should be okay. I'll just roll through it really slowly so I'm not splashing water up my back or on the camera on the front. And my feet aren't going to get wet because it's not that deep. I'll still be able to pedal and my feet won't be going underwater. So I was filming with my camera up until about this point, and suddenly it got a lot deeper. And I was like, God, I can barely steer. I don't know where the path is. I can't see it. Very quickly shoved the camera back in my pocket, both hands on the handlebars, and really concentrated on looking for where the path was so I didn't run off the edge, because what I didn't want to do was run off into the mud and fall over into what was by then water that was ankle deep. So, it's important for a number of reasons why paths should be properly drained. And this is one of them, because it was hard enough seeing the path in daylight. At night time, you'd have absolutely no hope of finding where the path was. Now, what I could have done, yeah, I could have turned around, I could have taken an alternative route. I didn't have to go through here, but I did anyway. But, if you're commuting or something like that, and this is actually how you get home or to work, then you might have no choice. Uh, yes, so anyway, when a new path is built, like Eric Street, one of the things I like to do when it rains is to go and have a look at it and make sure it actually drains, because we've had experience with a section of path built by the old Leichhardt Council around the Bay Run, which was essentially built as a drain where all the water runs into it and it stays there for days after rain. Now that's been fixed. They've fixed up the drainage there, but it took them a decade. And also the Anzac Bridge on the city side, essentially the ramp that leads up to the bike path is like a spillway. Water just runs down it rather than runs off it. Now, because there's so much water around here, there's a lot of water birds, there's ducks, there's swans, and all that kind of thing, and you've got to slow down and watch for them. Of course, even new sections of the path where they're very low lying also flood when there's a high tide like this. So, you think it'd be sensible for, new paths like this to be raised up a bit so that we don't get this flooding. But anyway, really nice environment for ducks, but cyclists, not so much.